My dear brothers and sisters, and my dear children in Jesus Christ, as we see in today's first reading, that Abraham welcomed three guests and served them, and they rewarded them with a child. And that is what we see in today's gospel. Martha welcomed Jesus. And welcoming is the tradition and obligation for the Jews. And as was the Old Testament, so Abraham welcomed them and he got reward. So it was a tradition for them, an obligation to welcome and do the hospitality one who comes. Many places we see welcoming, hugging the guests. And so that was obligation for the Jews. And here we see Jesus also tells in Gospel of Matthew chapter 10, where we can hear chapter 11. If you welcome me if you welcome a prophet, you will get a prophet's reward. If you welcome a righteous person, you will get a righteous person's reward. And if you welcome one who is least, one who is my disciples, with a cup of one cold water, and you will not go him will not go unanswered. That was the reward. If you are welcoming them, our guests or anybody, will not, our answer, our gifts will not go unanswered. And that is what we see in today's gospel, welcoming, hospitality. And second part is, today's gospel is Mary and Martha. Their approaches with Jesus, how they approached with Jesus, welcoming. Martha was elder sister and she welcomed Jesus as a guest because she loved Jesus, because Jesus loved them. They were friends, Martha, Mary, Lazarus. Jesus visits them on the way to Jerusalem. Bethany was not only 2 miles away from Jerusalem. And as she visits, since they love Jesus, Martha welcomes as guest. Whereas Mary's approach was different than Martha. Mary approaches him as a divine guest. You see what is the situation of Jesus here. And he says, Martha, Martha, you are worried too much, being anxious and worried in too many things, whereas Mary has chosen the better part. Why Jesus is saying this statements? You see, Jesus is approaching Jerusalem. His days are coming near. His death and sufferings are coming near. And he visits his loved ones, dear ones. And he wants now not because we all these other things, but someone sits with them and consoles them. And that is what Mary did. And that is what listening to Jesus, what he is saying, and consoling, that is the better part. Not that Martha was not done, was bad. It was good, better, and best. You can hear English grammar, good, better, best. And we see Mary came and sat near the feet of Jesus to listen to Jesus. And it was very consoling. And that is what we need to listen. Too much action in our life. Are we doomed, or are we taking in our life, whether Martha's or Mary's? Martha's or Mary's? Martha is busy in serving, that reflects action, and Mary's listening to Jesus is a contemplation, action and contemplation, the listening. So our this one should be both action and contemplation should combine, where our life should be balanced. Both. You must do the action also, but you time like Mary did in prayer. We must sit at the Lord, not give excuse, not to fit God according to our life. What we are doing is fitting God in our life. When we get time, then only we worship God. When we get time only. When we have time, otherwise we are very busy like martyrs, working or busy. What is our final goal? God should be the final. Our goal should be God. Everything should be God, not with God. Our life should revolve around God. But what is our life is? We are making, fitting our life, fitting God in our life. So God, with that time I will give to you, because I don't have, at that time I don't have nothing to do. So I give this time to God. No. Fitting God in our life is not good. But our life should be revolving around God. Whatever we do each and every time, we must thank God and spend time with God. That is what today's gospel says. Action and contemplation must go together. That is what we require. So, one of man loved his wife so much. So, in order to show this that he is loving, he climbed the big mountain and we went down swimming big seas, and he traveled so much. And when he returned home, the wife left him, because he was never at home. So our actions should not be like this. We should not be focused on our actions only. We must spend the time with our beloved ones. More thing is spending time with our loved ones is more important than action. We are everything every time was busy working. Are we give a little time for our children, our beloved ones, sit with them? Or are we working because of them? Oh, we have to work and busy, they have to study nicely and they have to do better ranks, and so we work throughout, we don't give time for them. So what person is required in their life is time. Spend time with them too. Our precious time. So listen to them, what they are undergoing. So action and contemplation must go together. So let us spend time with Jesus too. That is what in our Franciscan life, that is 24 hours. 24 hours is mentioned. That is 8 hours for rest, 8 hours for work, 8 hours for prayer. That is the Franciscan life earlier mentioned. So our life also will be like that. Let us also spend time with Jesus. After spending time, that getting energy, whatever he tells, with that, spending with Jesus, he gives us strength. Then let us do that. Our energy into action. Let us go forward. So let us also spend with some time. Let us spare in our life to spend with Jesus, at the feet of Jesus, and then put into action as Martha.